welcome to today's illustration. Yeah, this video is to illustrate the assignment or to explain the assignments for week 2, the Tsavo adventure. Now, this is not to do the assignment for you, right? This is just to explain the assignment and how to go about it. Now, remember what I explained in the first video. You must go through, right? You must go through all this, the write-ups, the recordings, and everything before you get to the assignment. Because trying to do the assignment without going through all this, you won't have the proper understanding that you should have. Okay, excuse me. So, now you have to read this. This is the assignment. You are the AI strategy lead at EduSavvy, a Nairobi-based edtech startup building an AI-powered learning assistant for secondary students across East Africa. Your current system uses basic prompts like explain photosynthesis or help with math homework, resulting in all this. So now this is your task, right? Based on what the role they assigned to you, which is, remember, the role that was assigned to you is that you are an AI strategy lead at Ed Savvy in Nairobi-based EdTech. So take this part. It's very important. Okay. So now your task is using the 4D framework from the Tsavo adventure. Redesign three critical interactions, which they have written this three. Remember, like in the first assignment. So now um this is the current version and all that. Now you have to redesign using delegation, split human stroke AI roles, description, specify product, process, and performance, and then discernment safeguards. All this was illustrated, if you go through courses, especially the recordings, right? And then the write-ups. All these were explained, so you will know how to go about that or what does each of those means. Yeah, and then interaction B, math homework help. So this is the current version, solve the algebra problem, which is vague. And then you have to configure as an autonomous ranger agency modality with defined knowledge boundaries and behavior patterns for students in low bandwidth areas. Okay. And then the third one. Now look at this. For each of these, for each of the interactions, that is interaction one, two, and three, for each of them, you must clearly label all 4D components used, specify temperature setting, whether high or low, and justify. Explain how RAG would prevent hallucinations. Example, linking to Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development documents. Include one negative prompting instruction. Example, do not use terms like, so this is just an example. Now remember, that you have to go through this so that you understand what they're asking you to do. You need to go through the course itself. Okay. Like I said in the beginning of this video, this is not to do the assignment for you. You have to do the assignment yourself. So I'm just going to explain so that you understand what they want you to do and how to go about it. Now remember, each of these three, for instance, for one, which is interaction A, for interaction A, you must do all this. Yeah, all this must be involved in your solution. For interaction 2 or interaction B, all this must be there. For interaction 3, all this must be there. That's what they mean. For each redesigned interaction, all this must be involved. Okay. So okay, that's where it stops. You don't need this the quiz is not to be submitted. It's for you to improve, to practice and improve your prompting and all that. Okay. So you can use that to improve. Now, this is the main assignment itself. All right. So deliverable format, submit as a Tsavo Ranger report. This means that the name of the assignment you're submitting is Tsavo Ranger report. So you might as well just write this at the top of your submission. All right. Then introduction, 50 words. Why fluency matters in African education. Three redesigned interactions with 4D annotations. And reflection, 100 words. How moving from automation to augmentation to agency changes student outcomes, right? So let me take you through how I did mine or the example that I'm using here. Okay. Yeah. So this is it. So this is what I wrote here. Tsavo Ranger Report. Introduction. In African education, AI fluency is the bridge between rote memorization and true comprehension. Moving beyond generic Western centric models ensures our tools resonate locally, respecting communal learning, and regional context. By culturally anchoring our AI, we empower rural and urban students alike to grasp complex concepts intuitively. Remember that the introduction is to be 50 words, right? So, as you can see here, say it 48 words. Okay, 48 words. So, that is good. Then, look at this interaction A. So, we are redesigning the Vic prompt. So, let's go to interaction A. Interaction A, yeah. The current version is explain photosynthesis. That's what the person put. And now they're saying redesign this. Okay. So redesign this vague prompt using delegation. So and your delegation, you should split human role and AI role. This, then also description. Under description, specify product, process, and performance, and then the assignment, and which is the safeguards. Okay. So let's go. So, yeah, it is act as an engaging Nairobi based science tutor. Explain photosynthesis to a grade 8 student. Delegation. You see it now. You see how I highlighted my delegation. I will provide the topic. And now this is the human role. This is the human role. I will provide the topic. That's the human role. And then the AI's role, you see it. And your role is to translate it into culturally relevant lesson. Into a culturally relevant lesson. That is the AI's role. Description process. Use the analogy of a farmer growing maize in the Red Valley or Matuk, blah blah blah, in ripening in Uganda and so on. So remember, if you look at the last part of the assignment, yes, the tip. You see what they said here? Ground examples in reality. Example: use Matuk ripening to explain chlorophyll, or reference M-Pesa math problem. So your prompts, should be grounded in real life examples, right? So that's it. Use the analogy of a farmer growing maize in the Rift Valley or Matuk ripening in Uganda to explain how plants use sunlight to create their own food. All right. The description product. Deliver the explanation in 3 short, clear paragraphs suitable for low bandwidth SMS reading. Description performance. Maintain an encouraging and enthusiastic tone. Now, this doesn't mean that when you're using the prompt in real life, you must write delegation, description, process. No, when you're using the prompt in real life, you don't need to put all these things. You just write the words, you know, that you want to put there. The AI knows what to do with the words that you put in. But for the sake of grading your assignment, that's why you are asked to do this. Okay, and then for your own understanding as well. So deliver for the product, deliver the explanation in 3 shots, paragraph, blah blah blah. Description, performance, maintain an encouraging and enthusiastic tone. Discernment. Rely strictly on verified biological principles and avoid speculative science. Negative prompting. Do not use terms like snow, maple trees, autumn, or winter. Temperature setting low 0.2. Justification. Science tutoring requires strict factual accuracy and precision. A low temperature prevents the AI from generating creative but scientifically inaccurate metaphors. RAG implementation. RAG will be linked directly to the Kenyan Institute of Curriculum Development, KICD, and so on. So you can see it, right? E.g., stomata, chlorophyll exactly matches what the students. Okay, let me start from here. This ensures the terminology, example, stomata, chlorophyll, exactly matches what the students will see on their national exams, preventing out of scope hallucinations. Okay, so all the required us in the deliverable formats and everything, it has been done here under interaction A. So you do the same for interaction B. All right, do the same for interaction B. Whatever they are asking you to do, and then do the same for interaction C. Let's see what we are asked to do for interaction C. Interaction C. Okay. So current version, summarize my child's performance, apply diligence principles, ensure bias awareness, transparency about AI's role, and fact checking against actual quiz scores. Okay, so let's see what I did here. So under interaction C, generate, this is what I changed my own prompt to, generate a weekly progress report for a parent regarding their child's academic performance. Diligence, transparency. Begin the report with this exact disclaimer. This is an AI generated summary based on your child's recorded quiz scores and attendance this week. Diligence, fact checking. Cross reference all generated insights strictly against the attached structured database of the student's actual grades. Diligence, bias awareness, frame any areas of academic struggle. Okay, so this is it, right? So you go ahead and do yours following the instruction. Now remember, okay, before I say what I want to say, the reflection has to be 100 words. So right there you can see it is 96 words. So it is safe. Max of 100 words, so it's safe, right? Now, you must not do exactly what I did here. Don't, in fact, you should not do what I did here. Okay, this is my own illustration, right? So you go ahead and do yours. You go ahead and do yours. Okay. Now, remember that this is an AI course, so they are not saying that you should write everything like this yourself. Work with the AI. That's what the Tsavo Adventure is about. You partnering with AI, right? So choose the right platform to use. Like I said, when it comes to creative writing or collaboration, I like to use Gemini because Gemini retains memory. So from the previous work, let's say you use Gemini on week one assignment. When you are doing your week two assignments, it has the memory of your week one assignment and can collect data or information from there to merge with your week two assignment. Unlike ChatGPT, for ChatGPT, you have to continue, you have to use chain of thought on ChatGPT on the same um topic. Otherwise, it will not remember what you did the last time or it will hallucinate, except you use the right prompt. Okay. So remember when you go through the course, it is illustrated that you choose the right AI or the right platform to do your assignment, or sorry, the right platform to do your work with. Okay. You want to generate image, choose the right platform. You want to do a deep research that requires going into deep databases and all that. You use DeepSeek and so on. Okay, so know the right platform to use and work with and partner. It's not the AI doesn't replace you, right? You do the work. The AI doesn't do the work for you. You work with AI to do the work. Okay. So that's it. So when you're done, remember max of 2 pages. So as you can see it here, as you can see here, it is 2 page, right? 2 pages rather. So when you're done, you simply copy. For those asking about all, you know, there is no all to submit your assignment. It's just text. So copy, right? Control C, copy, and then come down to finish assignments. As you can see here, paste. You see what I wrote here? Paste the full text of your assignments here. The AI grader will read this to give you feedback, score, and a clear next step. Okay, so Control V, paste. So that's it. So you see everything is properly aligned. So you do yours exact same way and then submit for grading. I don't know why it's taking long to load. I think my network is slow. So just hold on while it submits. I think there's an issue. Okay. Okay, it is submitted already. So it was their network, right? So just click on continue learning. Okay, so the next course, which is ethical fence, is unlocked. Okay, so you go through, this is for week three, and then we'll go through that. So let's check, let's confirm that the assignment submitted successfully. Okay, so the server assignment is submitted successfully. So in case you want to edit your submission, you can just click here on edit and then you can resubmit what you want to submit. Okay. So aside from that, now don't bother. A lot of people have been asking, my work has not been graded. Don't bother about the grading. Just submit your assignments on time. They will do the grading themselves. So when they do the grading, everybody's going to see their results. So the grading, you're not to grade yourself, but there's nothing else you can do. All you have to do is just submit your assignments, and that's it. Just submit your assignments at the appropriate time. So um that's it. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop in the comment box. Um or there's something else you don't understand, feel free to ask and then I will respond. All right. So see you on the next topic and good luck. Keep pushing and then don't be discouraged. Even though you don't understand, just try your best to go through. Now don't try to cover the whole, you want to read it everything at once, right? Don't try to read everything at once. Just you can take a little, take a break, read a little, take a break, read a little, take a break until you finish all this. So don't, if you try to read everything at once, and then don't bother yourself if you're reading that you don't understand. It's a gradual process, especially those of you that are new in tech or those of you that are slow learners. It's a gradual process. So just take your time to learn. All right. And then gradually everything will start making sense to you and you will understand. Okay. So thank you for watching this video. Feel free to share the video to others who might also need it. Don't forget to subscribe for more tutorial videos and turn on the notifications bell so that you get notified when a new video or new tutorial video is uploaded. So good luck and I wish you the best.